Welcome back. A convicted felon is serving nearly 3 years in prison after he was caught hiding a stolen firearm. Juan Rodriguez, a 21-year-old Moses Lake man, entered a plea in Grant County Superior Court to unlawful possession of a firearm in the first degree. Rodriguez has 6 previous felony convictions starting in 2006. Grant County Superior Court Judge John Nodell sentenced Rodriguez to 2 years and 10 months in prison. A Moses Lake car wash owner reported seeing 3 juveniles smoking marijuana while taking a vehicle through the car wash in January. An officer reportedly met Rodriguez as his car wash was finishing. An officer reported seeing Rodriguez place a coat in the back seat before the vehicle was impounded pending a search warrant. In the search, police allegedly found a stolen .44 caliber revolver wrapped in the coat. Prosecutor candidate Garth Dano has raised more than 3 times the money than his opponent, Prosecutor Angus Lee. The Grant County prosecutor candidate's race has attracted more than $100,000 in contributions, making them the most funded candidates in any of the races for Grant County officials. Challenger Garth Dano continues to outpace his opponent in fundraising with nearly $88,000 raised so far. Dano's top contributors include 7 attorneys, along with farmers, veterinarians, and dentists. The top contributors are responsible for $44,650 in contributions. Prosecutor Angus Lee raised about $28,000. Lee's top contributors include 2 business owners, 2 deputy prosecuting attorneys, and a realty company. They contributed $8,650 to his campaign. In Northwest news, utility crews worked Sunday to restore electricity to thousands of residents after a windstorm downed trees and knocked out power lines in the Seattle area. Seattle City Light says Saturday night's winds left more than 50,000 without power, but electricity was restored to a majority of customers by Sunday. The utility says a combination of wet soil from recent rains and high winds led branches to fall on power lines. National Weather Service meteorologist Chris Burke says parts of Seattle saw sustained winds as high as 60 miles per hour on Saturday. Another student has died after Friday's shooting at a Marysville, Washington high school. 3 other victims are fighting for their lives. CNN's Dan Simon has the latest.
Breaking overnight, a second victim, Gia Soriano, died as a result of her injuries suffered during Friday's shooting at this Washington high school. Her family devastated, releasing this statement.
Gia is our beautiful daughter, and words cannot express how much we will miss her.
This just hours after hundreds packing the bleachers of the Marysville Pilchuck Gymnasium. An emotional tribal song to mourn for a grieving community trying to heal.
Families are hurting really bad right now, looking for answers that might not exist for us.
Many still asking why this popular teenager would want to target his best friends and his own family. It was Friday morning when freshman Jalen Freiberg entered the cafeteria, walked up to a table where his 2 cousins were sitting with friends, and opened fire with a .40 caliber handgun.
He came up from behind and fired about 6 bullets into the backs of them.
3 others remain hospitalized in intensive care. Shaylee Chucklenaskett and cousins Nate Hatch and Andrew Freiberg. The first victim, now identified as Zoe Galasso, remembered as a beautiful soul who always had a smile on her face.
She was so beautiful, and she was just so funny and amazing, and we all loved her so much.
Teacher Megan Silberberger now being hailed as a hero. Witnesses say the first-year social studies teacher ran toward gunfire and confronted the shooter.
She grabbed his arm, a hand-on-hand. It happens in seconds.
Moments later, Freiberg is dead of an apparent suicide. Exactly why this all happened is still unclear. The New York Daily News reporting that students say Jalen targeted the group after he was spurned by a love interest who chose one of his cousins over him. A friend of Zoe Galasso telling CNN that the victim was dating Andrew Freiberg, the shooter's cousin.
They were great friends. There's no explanation. He snapped for whatever reason.
Recently elected homecoming prince, Freiberg was a well-liked student, but on Twitter, a darker personality. I know it seems like I'm sweating it off, but I'm not, and I never will be able to. And one day before the attack, it won't last. It'll never last.
That's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.